In this episode of Getting Geeky with Game Relief, I sit down with Polo and Eddison of Bluepiper Studios to talk all about Glyph Chess, the magic board game that's currently on Kickstarter. So you'll want to hang on until after our Kickstarter Corner, in which we talk about some games that are either finishing up their run on Kickstarter, are going to finish it up later on next month, or haven't launched and will launch next month. So stay tuned until after that when we talk all about Glyph Chess, the magic board game that's currently on Kickstarter through the 10th of December. This episode of Getting Geeky with Game Relief is proudly being powered by Scorched Kingdoms, the two-player battleground card game, in which you become a lord in our new chess-influenced war game, with a fantasy TCG style, resource management, and an innovative multi-deck system. This one looks so very much fun. I found it a while back ago on Kickstarter. It was influenced by deck builders, resource management systems, TCGs, and elements of chess. You know I'm a sucker for a good deck builder. Actually got to play one this last weekend with my wife, and guess who won? We'll leave you guessing. But get ready for one of the most brutal strategy games as you take the role of the Lord and fight your way through the Scorched Kingdoms. So you definitely want to check out this great game that's currently on Kickstarter for another 3 weeks. So this project will go through Saturday the 8th of December. So go check out Scorched Kingdoms, the two-player battleground card game coming to us from Joe Rozier. Hopefully I didn't slaughter that, and hopefully we'll get Joe on the show either this week or the following week, so look out for that. Make sure you subscribe to Getting Geeky with Game Relief so you don't miss it. This episode of Getting Geeky with Game Relief is also proudly being powered by Purrsident. It's a game of ferocious kitty politics and an all-around good time. In Purrsident, you have to claw your way to the top using everything at your disposal. Platforms, card stealing, trump cards, and more. It was inspired by Purrsident and some other games like that. So definitely go check out Purrsident. That's currently on Kickstarter through the 2nd of December. This episode of Getting Geeky with Game Relief is also proudly being powered by Rotunda-Last Man Standing family party game, in which you're battling your friends and family in 16 minigames to decide a champion. In Rotunda, it gives me the feel of Mario Party for your tabletop. I had the creators on the show last week, so you can go back and listen to that and see what a fun game it is. We actually even played a couple rounds of some of the mini games, as well as I sent out a special episode to my subscribers. If you missed that, make sure you email me at gamerelief@gamereliefgo.com and let me know you're subscribed now and you missed the email, and we'll make sure we get out that special secret episode to you and your friends. By subscribing to Getting Geeky with Game Relief on our podcast at gamereliefgo.com, the email list, you'll never miss those secret episodes ever again.
Getting Geeky with Gamer Leaf, the podcast in which one man strives to level up his geekhood and helping you do the same, one battle at a time. Now, let's get geeky with Gamer Leaf.
Welcome to Getting Geeky with Game Relief. Are you ready for Thanksgiving? Well, this week we hope to get you ready. Whenever you're listening to this episode, we'll have a couple more episodes this week so you can listen during your travels. But let's go ahead and see what great games are on Kickstarter before we jump over to our interview with the creators of Glyph Chess, shall we?
What is this place? What is it doing here in the Leaf's computer? Oh, it's Kickstarter Corner with the Leafs.
One of the great games that is currently on Kickstarter, it will actually finish its run on Kickstarter this Wednesday, so you'll not want to dilly-dally. but it's from Elzra Games, Catacombs 3E playmat version. The award-winning dexterity dungeon crawl is back, and better than ever, in which you flick your heroes through encounters on double-sided playmats. So it's a dungeon crawl without rolling of dice, but you're flicking instead. Like they said, dexterity dungeon crawl. It sounds really cool, and I had the creator, Aaron from Elzra Games, on the show a while back ago, and we actually showed up in his update that they gave on the 13th of November. So go click the link and see what we had to say in that interview. The update is called Catacombs New Cardboard Herald Preview Video, and we're mentioned in that update. So definitely check that out. And then if you like what you see or what you heard, definitely go ahead and back Catacombs 3E, the playmat version, the award-winning dexterity dungeon crawl, on Kickstarter through this Wednesday, the 21st of November. This next one, you have got a little bit longer than that, not too much longer, but OFFICINALIS card game with medicinal plants. In OFFICINALIS, it's a game of tricks, observation, and combination. From Robin Red Games, they did reach their funding goal. They surpassed it by quite a bit. I'd go ahead and say by 300%, so that's pretty cool. They funded in one day to get their initial goal. But yeah, so in this great game, you are an herbalist whose goal is to harvest medicinal plants to concoct infusions that bring big, while avoiding the poisonous plants that of your opponents. So yeah, if you want a cool game where you've always wanted to be a medicine man, if you will, you better go check it out on Kickstarter. OFFICINALIS card game with medicinal plants on Kickstarter through this Friday, the 23rd of November. Another one that just launched a Kickstarter, I believe this last week, was Oddbods Go Cards. Oddbods Go Cards is a smart and quirky card-powered racing game. Racing party game, to be exact. Coming to you from the creators and masterminds of Vertigos, a 3D board game with flying cell ship miniatures that we had on the podcast about, or just over a year ago. So they're back with Oddbods Go Cards. And you know what? I sat down with Sid, the creator mastermind behind it, over the weekend, and you're going to be able to hear that interview in the coming days. Most likely this Wednesday coming up. If not then, Thursday. But so you'll make sure you're subscribed to Getting Geeky with Game Relief so you don't miss our interview. But yeah, definitely check out Oddbods. It's a cool racing game that's fun for kids and adults alike. It looks really fun, and I can't wait to play Oddbods Go Cards on Kickstarter through the 12th of December. So definitely go check it out. Watch the video, look at the page, listen to our interview, and if you like it, go ahead and show a little bit of support to Sid and see if you can become the Go Card Champion. Next, from Happy Games Factory, is ArenaBots, a sci-fi miniature board game in which you fight your opponents in the arena alongside your bots in the apocalyptic world of Eden. So ArenaBots, it looks pretty cool. Lots of miniatures. I hope they make it. We've had several big miniature games drop out of the game. Hopefully they'll come back. But we'll see what happens with this one. They're not quite halfway there to go. And there's still 19 days to go as this project goes through Friday the 7th of December. So go check out ArenaBots. It's a sci-fi miniature board game. And they've created 6 great games. They've created 6 games previously. ArenaBots was canceled previously, and I hope they make it. They're already past what they funded for last time. So let's go ahead and help make ArenaBots, a sci-fi miniature board game, a reality from Happy Games Factory on Kickstarter through Friday, the 7th of December. Are you wondering, or do you ever wonder, what we're going to be playing on the show a week from the day you listen? Sometimes not even I know. But this week, you'll want to look for on Cyber Monday my interview as I sit down with Joshua McMurray from Meet Me at the Table Games to talk all about Monster Mania. which is a strategic battle card game for 1 to 6 players, in which you collect resources, deal powerful attacks, and defeat all other monsters. It's a solo, as well as co-op, as well as all-out battle game that we will be previewing on Getting Geeky with GamerLeaf, as well as, like I said, I'll talk to him this upcoming Monday, so you can find out all about what we talked about. You don't want to miss this episode, I'll tell you that much. And you jump over and click on the link that we leave in our show notes on any of these great games. Go ahead and show a little bit of support and back them, see what you like about them, and show a little bit of support. And you can click those links, and that shows us a little bit of support too. You can say, I found out about this game on Getting Geeky with GamerLeaf. Now let's go ahead and let Polo, Eddison, and GamerLeaf take it from here, shall we?
Now, let's get geeky with GamerLeaf.
Welcome to Getting Geeky with GamerLeaf. Today we have a treat for you. We're pleased to be joined by some of the creators and masterminds behind Bluepiper Studios' latest Glyph chess, the Magic board game. Today we're joined by both Polo and Eddison, who are creators of this great game. Is that correct? Is that how you guys fall in line with Glyph chess?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us on Getting Geeky with GamerLeaf. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us. My name is Eddison.
And my name is Polo. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem at all. Now, before we get into everything that's great about your game, let's rewind a little bit if we could. How did you guys get into playing tabletop board games? Maybe we'll start with you, Polo, and then Eddison afterwards, if that works.
My first ever board game is Monopoly. And then that's how it started. And then when I met Leo, my other business partner 2 years ago, he kind of led me into this tabletop games industry. And then he showed me all kind of interesting board games with miniatures and all that. And then that's how I got into it. And then after a while, I just keep buying games on Kickstarters.
So basically we started this 2 years ago, but we have a factory that is over 10 years. Back then we do a lot of toys, plastic toys like action figures, Figma, all kinds of stuff. Just recently, like last year, and we received a lot of orders from miniatures, and that just got us into tabletop game business. We see the trend that in this business, more and more miniature games are coming out, and we are very good at making high quality miniatures. And
we mostly specialize in miniatures.
Yeah.
So what games have you made miniatures for in the past, if you don't mind my asking?
Before, it's all like toys, so action figures. We made a lot of One Piece, Naruto, Pokemon, all these kind of stuff. Most of our clients are from China, Korea, and Japan.
Okay, yeah. My son's really into the One Piece, because that's like the anime and manga. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, but those are like the...
Yeah, my son really likes the One Piece books. He's been reading them like they're candy, like they're going out of style.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we even made some other stuff. For example, like I think there's
Dragon Balls,
and
there's
Iron Man, Hulkbuster. We did that.
Yeah.
And right now we're having another toy line with Amazon China. They want to have their own toys. So after that, we're gonna have. Right now we can't say it because we signed a contract. But after we're finished, I think we can have some design pictures to show.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll send it to you. You can send it to everybody.
We'll post it on our Instagram page.
Oh wow, that's interesting. So making toys or whatnot. Now, Eddison, how did you get into playing tabletop board games?
So I got started with Catan actually, and it was my first game, Catan, and I fell in love. And I heard people saying that this is the entry, the entry game into tabletop games, this whole industry. So that was a good game. And then afterwards, I started playing other like Star Wars, some other miniature games.
Game of Thrones really fun.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
Really fun.
And there's a new Avengers game that's coming out, and King of Tokyo, and yeah, I just play a lot of mostly miniature games.
So did you bring Polo in with Catan as well, or how did you get him into it?
Yeah, so I got into because my other partner Leo, he's a diehard tabletop game fan, and he introduced to me the first game, and introduced to Polo afterwards.
Yeah. She's the brain of the Bluepiper Studios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you went from the little like the thimbles and the little metal pieces to like actual miniatures?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. And I've been playing ever since. Yeah. So we didn't get in too long ago as well. So 2 years, that's not long, but then you guys are hooked and want to make your own game and whatnot. Word on the street is you guys actually have a game currently on Kickstarter. What can you tell us about Glyph Chess, the Magic board game?
So Glyph Chess is it comes from a comic book called Tale of Tarsidia.
It's very famous in China.
It's a very famous Chinese comics, and it's in the world of Tarsidia. It's full of wizards. They're all powerful wizards in the world, and whenever they got into conflict, then people decided to play Glyph chess in order to have the conflict instead of just real fighting with each other. So this is a abstract strategy game like regular chess, but with the ability to cast magic spells. So any actions that you take in this game, including movement and spell casting, will consume magical resources. Which there are two types of magical resources. One is your dice, that is your public resource. The other one is your tokens, your coins. It's your private resource. So by using these two types of magical resources, you can either catch a magic spell or have your pieces move wherever you want to go.
Okay, awesome. So the movement is a lot like chess, but you have magic as well?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we add a twist to it. It's just the reason we call it chess because we first our name was called Glyph, but then we did a little research on board game. There's there are another few games called Glyph already, right? So we want to stand out more, so we add a chess to it. But actually, this game is not same as chess.
It's not 100% chess, but there are three similarities. Number one is if you take 2 steps and there's already another piece at that spot, then you simply kill that piece. Number 2 is that you cannot go through a piece. And number 3 is that you cannot kill your own piece. So those are the similarities between Glyph and the normal chess.
And you can only go in one direction.
Yeah, you can only go one direction. But other than that, we have more stuff. We have magic spells. We have tokens to spend and stuff like that.
The movement is basically based on coins and dice. So mostly it's random, but it's a little bit by luck and a little bit by strategies as well.
Yeah, I would say 50-50. It's 50% luck, 50% strategies. So the dice would be your luck. If you're lucky, you roll the good dice. But we put restriction on that, is that you roll it for each other. So if I rolled it and I decided to use the dice that I want to use, and after that I simply just re-roll the dice that I used, and I don't touch the dice that I didn't use. So there's kind of like a strategy behind it. And the other one is your token, your private resource. That one is fully based on how you spend the money. It is 100% strategy.
Okay, and with each, so there is 2 or 3 player. Now, is each player playing the same? Do you guys all have the same movements, or is it asymmetrical?
Right now, it's all the same. So if it's 2 players or 3 players, everyone gets the same pieces.
Free for all.
Yeah, it's
Basically, yeah.
same skills and same pieces.
Okay, so per se, we sat down to play Glyph Chess, the Magic board game. What's my turn gonna look like? What do I do during my turn?
First of all, there's 3 steps, right? First of all, the first step is called awakening steps.
Awakening steps is whenever at your turn, if you use the dice, you have to re-roll it. And if you have less than 5 tokens, you can get a token from the back. That's the awakening step. The second step is the action step. The action step is you can choose either to move a chess piece, or you can choose to catch a magic spell. You can only have one action. You can use dice or coins in order to as a resource to make your action.
You can mix and match dice and coin. And the third one, the last one is the reset steps. This basically you throw away the coin you use, or either you re-roll the dice that you use for your next players. This is called reset steps, and then just these 3 basic steps.
Okay, awesome. And how do I win, or how do I lose? I guess because usually my family, I end up losing the games. Do I have a piece like a queen in chess, or somebody you're trying to take out, or are you trying to take everybody out, or how's the winning look?
Right. So in this game, there's a piece called scepter. Scepter is like the king of regular chess. It holds power. So there's 2 ways to win the game. Number one is that if you kill your opponent's scepter, then you win the game. The other way is that if your scepter is at the center of the mats, then if the scepter are in the center for 1 round, then you win the game. But however, if you don't survive at that round, if you're killed, then you lose the game.
And scepters can only move 1 step at a time.
Scepters can only move 1 step at a time,
yes.
and by using either dice or token. Any icons, it's fine, but only 1 step at a time.
Okay, and do all of the different pieces have their different moves that they can make? Because I'm looking at your Kickstarter page and I see the scepter, there's necromancer, there's a bunch of different pieces that I'm seeing that I don't know what they are.
Right, so that is the most exciting part about our game. So we did around, I think it's around 2 years. We tried
2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years. We tried to design this game. The reason why it took that long is because we have hundreds of different skills and game rules, and in the end, we only chose these kind of rules and skills because they're most balanced, and every piece is very unique. They have different strategies to play with, and there's combinations between pieces. So, for example, there's a piece called Necromancer. Necromancer if you spend a token, you can revive your friendly pieces back to the game if they're died. And another piece, it's called Elementalist. That piece it looks like a fireman. It uses fire to incinerate your opponents. So not just you kill them, you incinerated them. You burn your opponents to ashes, so they cannot be revived by Necromancer. Another one, it's a monk-looking piece. His name is Force Mage. So Force Mage is the only piece that can go through pieces in the game, because like Glyph, like I said, you cannot go through any pieces, just like regular chess. But however, Force Mage has this passive skill, to go through pieces. And another skill is that if you spend a token, you can kill up to 6
any piece around you.
Any piece, all your opponent pieces around you.
Oh wow!
6 pieces.
Yeah.
So that's a very powerful skill.
It's kind of like area damage if you put it.
Yeah, area damage.
Is that just for that character, or anybody can do that?
No, just
Only
for
that
Force Mage. Force Mage. Yeah. So so every piece is different. Some represents power. Some represents strategies, healing skills, stuff like that. I want to mention another one. It's illusionist. Illusionist looks like a happy feet, like a boots. Illusionist can have your replica to a game if you spend a token. And another one is summoner. Summoner, if you spend a token, you can have 3 minions. You can summon 3 minions on the game to play with. That is very like a tank. You can summon minions on the game to protect your scepter, or some other strategies that you want to play. And last one is series. It's the only lady piece that we have.
Lady graphic.
Lady graphic, yes. So it looks like an eyeball, and if it looks at 6 directions. So if your opponent piece is on the line, then Syria is looking at you. So that piece cannot spend tokens.
That piece cannot use it.
Oh, okay. So anybody in any direction that it can see without something blocking its vision, they can't make a movement. Is that what you're saying?
They can make a magic. They cannot cast a magic, but they can move.
Ooh, yeah, they can use dice, but they cannot use tokens.
They cannot use their abilities.
Yeah, basically you cannot use any magic spells when the series is looking at you, because most of your skills are using by tokens. However, you can summon minions to block the vision, or you can have your illusionist to swap position with your friendly piece.
That's all strategies.
There's just a lot of strategies.
Okay, and how do the cards come into play? Are those your magic spells, or what are the cards that you get with this great game?
So those cards are a reminder for players to look at their skills. There's 3 types of skills. One is passive skill, one is master skill, and the other one is forgot the name, but
Master skills.
Master, yeah. So they're just for you to remind what kind of skills you have.
No, each card represents each characters.
And they represent each character, so there's name on it, and there's certain skills on the card.
And character symbol, and it matched the dice and coin. So
yeah.
Okay, awesome. And these don't look like the typical miniatures that I'm used to seeing. These are, I don't know if they're fully gold and brass and silver, or what can you tell us about the miniatures?
Yes. These ones are plastic miniatures. They're made of half PVC, and the bottom is made of resin. The reason why we did that is because, number one, we want to have a weight on the piece, so that it's not very light, so it gives a good handling feel. Another one is PVC. If you drop the piece, it won't break, and we paint it into like a metal, gold, silver, brown color. Yeah, so it's not metal; it's plastic, but it has good feelings on it.
I mean, if you check our Kickstarter page, and we are working with painting studios, and he painted some of our miniature already into different colors. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we had a problem during. We went to Essen last month. Last month and early this month. We went. It was our first time going to Essen show. And we just put our games on the table, and lots of people came check us out. And the first reason why they stopped is because those miniatures looked fantastic, the color wave, and when they touched it, they said, "Oh, it's plastic." And and lots of people say that because our miniatures are larger than the normal other miniature games. And yes, you're right. I mean, this is quite a big piece. I think we're the first guys who did this, having a large miniature for the game.
Yeah, that makes me wonder. That also makes me wonder because recently there'd been quite a few Kickstarters that are coming out with miniatures, especially first-time creators, but they've all had like $50,000 US dollar goals or whatnot. But you guys didn't go that high. You went with the 17,000, almost 17,500 USD as the goal. What can you tell us about that? Like, is that enough to cover the game and whatnot?
The reason why we start low is because this is our first campaign and we don't have a fan base. Not many people know us, so we just set the bar low for people to get us have a chance to get funded within 48 hours. So in which we did that, we got funded within 48 hours, and the second one is that because we own the factory, so our
Cost lower.
cost is very low. That's why our game is quite reasonable, the price. Because normally, if it's a miniature game, people charge over $100. However, our game, if it's standard edition, not like early bird standard edition, it's Canadian dollars, it's $92,
I think it's around $70 US dollars.
70 something USD.
Yeah.
So, and we just want to have more people to buy the game. And as a first time, we just want more people to know this.
You want to showcase our skills on miniatures, and for the next project, people will get to know us better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed over my experience over the last year and a half, 2 years with Kickstarter, whatnot. Like one of these ones that just recently launched, and they had to end up canceling because a lot of backers backed out. But they were going for a $50,000 goal, and I've noticed that like over a certain point, I want to say, right around 25,000 is the cutoff. Like especially for a first time creator, like a lot of people, at least in the industry, they frown down upon that. So I think that's an excellent thing. But that's awesome that you guys will be able to cover the costs, that you won't incur extra costs as you own the factory.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we're surprised that as a first time, we got 300 backers already, and we have 23 days left. We're blessed.
And I heard November is a lot of people releasing the game in November. It's a lot of competitor in November as well. So we are very glad we got funded within 48 hours.
Yeah, you got that, and then you got everybody worried about Christmas and stuff. So that's awesome that you're able to do that.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, first time we did a lot of mistakes, and I want to thank all my backers, 300 backers. I want to thank them because in the comment section, they actually gave us a lot of good comments,
Ideas and suggestions.
good ideas, good for updates and stuff like that. For example, we only had one language version. It was English, right? But after we added French, we added Germany. We're about to add more as well. So that is a very good idea for us. Next time we will get this ready before the campaign. And the shipping, we had some problem at first. We didn't have the Europe friendly shipping logo on it because we didn't have that. But now we have everything. So we have what do we have?
Europe friendly, Canada friendly, US friendly, Australia friendly.
Yeah, in Australia.
Yeah, we got it sorted out within the 2 days. So yeah.
Yeah. So all of these things we had no clue before. We just know how to make the game. We had no clue how to make these other services. But now we got everything. So it's good.
Yeah, Kickstarter is totally different because we used to launch a game on the Chinese crowdfunding website, and Kickstarter is totally different. It's different strategies, different marketing. It's different. You use different resources. It's different.
And lots of people. It's crazy volumes. There's about 4,000 projects on Kickstarter that's alive every day. So it's like ocean compares to what we did before. It's like a river.
Oh wow, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we are very blessed that we got so many supporters. Thank you for those who support us.
Awesome. And so coming over to Kickstarter as a new platform and everything, we get a lot of a lot of creators that listen and people that put up Kickstarters or whatnot. Any advice you would give somebody, and what all did you guys do to prepare, or what have you done to get word out there about your Kickstarter?
I would say start promoting your game 3 months ahead on all the social media you can think of, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or Game Geek, Reddit, and then and then make more videos. I think people tend to like the videos more. So record a lot of videos and then just show it on the social media. Because people like video more than the words. I find
more gameplays. So we're gonna make lots of videos for 2 players, and we're gonna make videos for 3 players.
And live stream as well.
Live stream, yes.
Cool. And has anybody reviewed your game or previewed your game, like third-party previews?
Yes. We have a Dice Tower review our games, and we also have Man vs. Meeple. That's how you pronounce it, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah, Man vs. Meeple, yeah.
And then we also have Board Games Spotlight and Board Game Revolutions as well.
Awesome. And what did they think about your game?
It's a positive comment. They love the game, and especially they don't have any. They said it's the game they see is the most beautiful game they see.
Yeah, I mean, first thing they come up with are the chess piece. I've never seen such a big miniature before. As a like all the pieces are this size, not just the monster. The boss is this big. Every piece is big. So, and it's very detailed in the quality of the piece. Other than that, they like the colors. The gold, silver, bronze color really stand it out. But however, we have
they like the full package because we have playmats, we have dice tower in there, we have like a card shelf in there. It's kind of like full package.
Yeah,
you get all the stuff. You got all the goodies.
Yeah, and the other thing is that you can see that color in our gameplay is a very important role. As players are differentiated by piece colors, so there is challenges for colorblind users. So we fixed that. So if you backed our game and you please inform us in the end of campaign survey that you're colorblind or color weak, we will paint the expansion pieces with a special color that is colorblind friendly color.
Yeah, we will fix that.
Yes, we'll fix that. Yeah. Because we know that miniatures is all about number one, quality, and number two, color. So we'll fix that. That's no problem.
Awesome. So yeah, just looking at it, scrolling through your Kickstarter page and everything, it looks awesome and whatnot. Now you talked about a little bit during your play testing over the last couple of years that there were so many movements and a lot of different things. What was some of the things you had to cut out during play testing?
There used to be more skills, and the way to use the spells are very different.
And some skills are overpowered. We have to change the skills.
Yeah, we did. We had a lot of skills. Now that we had one that a chess piece can be invisible.
No.
Yeah.
For example, like the minions, they used to be they can move like all together. And then now we changed it to you can only move one at a time.
One step at a time.
Or you only have one dice. One dice control one minions.
Yeah.
So you have 3 dice, you control 3 minions. And only one step at a time. But before minions, you can move all together any steps. So that was too powerful.
Yeah. So we did a lot of debugs in order for all the chess piece skill to be balanced. Because this is a teamwork game. Not a single piece can win the whole game. It's teamwork. So you need support, you need healing, you need strategy, you need power.
And that's the only reason that we didn't have new miniatures or new skills for stretch goal, because If we add that, they'll change the balance of the games.
Okay, awesome. So there's not stretch goals, or there are stretch goals, but they're not different characters?
Well, there is different graphics, but there's no different skills. There's no new character, new skills. We have to if we add that, we probably have to play testing for another couple months.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, then everybody will be disappointed they don't get the game right away. So if somebody takes a chance on this, so you don't overpromise and underdeliver, when would they anticipate getting Glyph chests so they can start playing it themselves and become the Magic board game champion?
They will get it the latest November next year, but if we did an early shipping, we'll let them know for sure. I think we're looking good on early shipping. Yeah, but the latest is November.
Okay, awesome. So the latest is November. That's pretty cool. Awesome. Now, per se, somebody's listening to the interview and they haven't yet gone over to Kickstarter. I don't know why they wouldn't have, but they like what they've heard and they want something else. They're wondering what's going on. What with all the great games on Kickstarter, like you said, there's constantly new projects coming up. What makes your game pop or stand out as one my audience should go check out and then back if they like what they see?
Number one,
Miniatures.
Miniatures, yes, definitely check our miniatures.
Yeah, even though you don't play the game, you can still put the miniatures, just to like a statue or something for your house.
Yeah.
It stands out a lot.
They're like toy quality, definitely. And another one is that we're right now currently we are about to unlock our next stretch goals, which is the tokens are going to be metal token. They're made of aluminum. Right now it's punch boards. I don't like punch boards. I want to have the real metal tokens. So it's coming up soon. I think we'll pass that stretch goals. And if people get the metal tokens, I think it's just everybody's happy.
Okay, yeah, metal tokens, and then it looks like after that, well, it looks like at the same time, the bronze tokens are opening up, and then after that, there's going to be additional dice.
Yes, so the tokens, at first, we released them one by one, but now we're going to release the gold, silver, and browns at the same time. All together. Yeah. And after that, we're going to have different color of dice. We're going to have storage box for dice. We're going to have additional game rules. We're going to have stickers from the comics, and we're going to change the card shelf from cardboard to wooden card shelf. And we're going to have canvas back. We're going to have minion that is made of like the candle minion. We're gonna have leather dice tray instead of the cardboard dice tray, and we're going to have another color of playmats.
And there's more stretch goal, but we don't want to spoil it.
Yeah,
there's a lot. There's more goodies at the end. Maybe a dice tower.
Oh, for sure, awesome. If somebody backs it, do they get? They'll get all those stretch goals as they're unlocked. Is that right?
Yes. So far, we are at the. Where are we? So far.
We are at 32. Well, we are almost unlocked the metal tokens. Yeah,
around like 2,000, a little bit like $2,000. Then we can unlock the metal tokens.
Yeah, always taking a Canadian dollar, by the way.
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah, Canadian, because I'm looking at 24,000. I think it's translated to USD, but you said we're close to Canadian. We're close to that metal token.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, the one. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, there's a bunch of just scrolling through the page. These goals are pretty cool. Like you get a leather dice tray, and like you said, there's some hidden, and then the candle. Will you be able to play that as one of the minions, or it's just an extra candle?
Oh yeah, and don't forget we also have a social stretch goal. There is token case and there's sand clock as well. So let's say if you're playing the game, right, and your opponent was taking too long to think.
You need the sand clock.
You will definitely need the sand clock. Otherwise, the game is gonna take forever.
Yeah, force them to play to make them.
Okay, so what's that? What's a sand cloth? What does that mean?
That one basically is a tutor. You have to 100 shares and then you get the sand clock, and it's a social stretch goal.
Oh, the sand clock. Okay, so then that helps people like myself that have analysis paralysis, so I won't be able to take forever on my turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and how far are we away from that?
Right now we only have 20, but we're going to release another. We have 2 colors sand clock. The one that on Twitter right now is black, and we're gonna do another one on Instagram that is white. So I think I will post it within this 2 days. In case the one on Twitter don't get unlocked, right? You still get a chance to unlock it on Instagram.
Because we really want to unlock the sand clock, and Twitter is kind of. I think Twitter, not many people would share on Twitter, but more people would share it on Instagram. So we decided to have the white color sand clock. That is for Instagram.
And the black one's for Twitter.
Black one for Twitter, yes. And for Facebook, we have token case. That's for the punch boards, because those punch board tokens, they're cardboards. So once you have a plastic case on it, that just looks better.
Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, so just scrolling through your page, it looks really awesome. I can't wait to play it. It looks really cool and everything. So yeah, we'll leave all the links in the show notes so people can go on ahead and check that out, so they don't necessarily have to go ahead and type everything in, but they'll be able to click straight over. Now, minus coming there to your hometown to stalk you, how would people go about keeping up with you or what you guys have going on over there with the Glyph chess and other stuff that might be upcoming?
Definitely check out our Facebook page and Instagram, because there's mainly two social resources that we're going to use.
What are the names of Facebook?
The name of the Facebook page is called Bluepiper Studio, and same as the Instagram name is called Bluepiper Studio as well. And the way to follow us is also on our campaign page on the bottom. If you scroll down, it says follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and on BG and Getting Geeky as well.
Okay, awesome. And like I said, we'll leave those links in the show notes so they can go ahead and do that. But yeah, we don't want to keep you all day, but we really appreciate you coming on Getting Geeky with Game Relief with us to talk all about Glyph chess. Now, speaking of upcoming stuff, I know you're focused on this one right now because you want to get it out there to the world, but do you guys have anything in your back pocket that you might be coming out with later on?
Yes, we have another game that is coming up next year. It's called Animal Duel. It's card games.
It's card games, yes.
We have over 200 different graphic designs for animals, different species, different types of animals. We have expansion that includes dinosaurs. So the way to play that game is to eat your animals up. So the more you eat, you have to eat from the bottom all the way to the highest.
Oh, sorry. So it's like the food chain. The fittest animal wins. You have to eat all the other animals?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Well, basically, we have like 6 different races. So land, ocean, and then sky. And we categorize different animals, different species by different colors. Like, let's say the sky people, like the birds are blue, and the land animals are orange. The background, the card color is, and then with the different graphics.
It's very similar to Pokemon, but we differentiated. We use different designs, but the ideas comes from Pokemon.
And when can we expect that to be launching? Or will it be a Kickstarter thing?
Yes,
definitely. It will be a Kickstarter project.
I would say spring next year.
Yeah.
Spring. We need to market it.
Awesome. Yeah, it sounds pretty fun. So that'd be cool. But yeah, awesome, definitely. But like I said, we don't want to keep you all day, but we really appreciate you coming on Getting Geeky with Game Relief with us to talk all about Glyph chess, and we'll make sure we go ahead and leave links in the show notes so they can go ahead and stop by and check it out and see everything that's great about it.
Thank you, Blake. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Gamer Leaf levels up.
Well, I sure enjoyed that interview as I sat down with them to find all about Glyph chess. I really am excited to be able to play that great game. And I know you will too. If you haven't yet, go check out the Kickstarter page. If you like what you heard or what you see on the page, make sure you show them a little bit of support by backing. Tell them you found out about them on Getting Geeky with Game Relief. Maybe they'll give us extra kudos or shout out. I don't know. But you'll never know unless you do it. If you do and they give me a shout out and say you heard it, I'll give you kudos and it'll be an endless cycle. But anyways, our least favorite time, your least favorite time. Make sure you stay tuned on our upcoming episodes as we're going to talk all about Oddbods Go cards in an upcoming episode, as well as Monster Mania. And we're hoping to get the creators of Scorched Kingdoms, the 2-player battleground card game, on the show as well. So stay tuned for that. And if we don't hear from you before then, make sure you have a happy Thanksgiving. Watch a little bit of Charlie Brown for me, okay? Anyways, our least favorite time, your least favorite time for us to get on with our lives, you to get on with yours. In the meantime, like usual, I hope you'll get geeky, stay geeky, and bring others into the geek fold. Get some gaming done during Thanksgiving. Who needs turkey anyway? There's too many games to play to eat turkey. But anyways, Game Relief out.
Gamer Leaf levels up. Tune in next week to see if Gamer Leaf's luck holds up.